Hello everyone, welcome to 3D. So today I'm going to be reading this Peter Griffin character. I actually have this character on the site, but actually the actual character. So this is a modified version of the character that is on the site. The link in the description, not for this character but for the other character that is the original version of Peter Griffin that is on the site. So this is a modified version. I'm making it for a client of mine. So I'm basically going to be reading this character. He wants to use the Peter Griffin for a blog, for his YouTube videos or something like that, for tutorials or stuff like that. So he wants the Peter Griffin character to be created in that way. So what I actually did for this puppet is, because I actually want this character to be typing and also to be able to hold the mouse and maybe move it and click the click button for the mouse, and then he should be able to wave his hand also, just a welcome kind of thing. So and some other triggers too. I added so many other triggers, so I'm going to just go straight to, okay, let me explain what I did here. So the hands, normally I create the background separate, and then I import them together with the puppet separately. But in this case, I decided to add it to the main file, that's the AI file, to add it to just one file. So that is just one file. I'm dragging with the background with everything in it. So the background is here, that's this BG, and then we have the foreground, that's, and also the hands over the foreground. So we have the foreground here. So if I do this, you see that he's just sitting. So that's the foreground. The foreground is supposed to be with the table and the screen, and then his hands are over it. That is, you see, it's over the table, and also the arm A2 is also over the table. So I just mix them in sort of. And there is this that is supposed to be like making this character initially, okay, this is just a chair, but then there's this edge, so I added it as an overlay, like over the character's body. So that is what you see actually. So this is the original version, but then I added it over it also. I just duplicated it and cleaned up the chair a bit. So now I'm just going to dive straight into Adobe Character Animator, and then we can start this tutorial fully. So okay, now this is an empty canvas. I created a new project, and then I named it Peter Griffin vlog, something like that. So what I'll be doing here is I'll go in and drag the .ai file, like the Peter Griffin.ai file, and then import it. It's a bit large. Actually, it's not that large, it's just 5 MB. So then I could create a new scene, or I could just drag it in, since it's the only scene that I want to be creating for this particular puppet. So I just dragged it in, and then it comes with like the full canvas. And in this case, I want to add the camera because I do not want to be moving this around. So I'm just going to add a new scene camera, and then use that new scene camera to like move it on the x-axis, not the y-axis. Move it on the x-axis, and then maybe I should move it on the y-axis just a bit too, so that those images are showing. So we have something like this, and this is actually what I'm going for. And what I notice is the colors are a bit vibrant compared to what it is in the original, that is this. So I do not want that. I want the colors to be actually exactly the same. So what I will do is to come to Adobe Illustrator here, come to File, come to Document Setup, no, Document Control mode, and then change this to RGB color, and then now save. And then let's switch it back to CH, and then let's refresh the scene. So let's just minimize and bring it up again. Okay, I think I didn't save it. Okay. No, I did not. You save the file after doing that. And that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, good. So now it's supposed to update. Then you see that the color will now be active to take the color of the original file. So that's it. Okay, still updating. Just check this, please. Just notice how this will change the color. This blue color will change to be less vibrant. Good. This is exactly what I was going for. This is exactly how it is in the AI file. So now let's jump into the reading aspect of this. So let's double click Peter Griffin blog here. And the first thing I like to do that I will be doing, actually not like to do, not something that I've been doing. So I'm just going to come here, and everything that is not moving, I'm going to fix them in one location. I'm going to fix the background. It's already independent. Select it. Okay, select it, make it free, and then let's make it fixed. So let's add a fixed tag. Right. Let's zoom in a bit so that we can see, so that we'll be seeing what we're doing. Okay, so this desk also, as before, I'm going to add just the same thing. You make it free, then you come down and add a fixed tag. Good. The chair also, we're supposed to do that to the chair, but let me leave that for now. Let's leave that for now. Let's just go into reading. So as usual, start with the head. So I come to this, open FFT, that's the facial features, and then I come to the eyes, drag and create some swap sets. Let's open it so that we'll see, you can see blink here. Blink right here is a cycle. So it's 2 layers. Let's go, actually more than 2 layers. So it's supposed to go through all these layers and then close its eyes just for that blink. So I'm going to just ignore that for now. Let's come to I2, and then we'll drag in blink to blink. We'll drag in close to close. We'll drag in 15 to 15, as 13, 23 to 23, 33 to 33, normal to normal. I know it looks like I'm creating 2 eyes, but this is supposed to like make the lines bolder over the iris. It's not necessary, but it's something I like to do. So if you just go with 1 eye, and then the iris here, you select it, and then you come to this puppet, you click the mask, and then good. Well, now we could add this. Let me just do it. Okay, so add it draggable so that you can control it with your mouse, and then we'll come to the lead. Okay, no, ignore that. That's it for the facial features. I believe that's it. Anyway, we'll come back to it if it's necessary. So this is the headset. We don't have to do anything to that. So let's just move on from there. So now let's work on. Okay, maybe we should work on the arm. Let's go with the hand A, and then just drag it and create a swap set. Okay, one thing I missed is the eyes, there's the blink. We're supposed to add that cycle layers behavior to it, so just so that we don't forget. And we're also supposed to add a tag, is a blink tag, so I'm going to do that also. Make these 2, forward and reverse, hold on last. Then let's come up, and this should be a blink tag. Yeah, good. Select both. Amazing. Okay, now let's go back to what we're doing. So we now have the arm A. Let's do the hand B also. The hand B is here. So the hand B is actually behind the character, but then I added something in front of the character, a different hand in front of the character. which will make so that the hands are visible while he's typing. So that's why it's there. So I'm just going to select everything and latch, select everything and latch. And then now for the hand B, we have something. We have a hand B TT, which is top. In my own, I just added the other T just so that it's easily referenceable. So what I'm going to do is the default for hand B, I'll put it like this here. Good. So now we want the character. This is the default, and this is when the character is typing. So it is a cycle. So what I'm going to do for now is, okay, this this is supposed to be, I'm going to fix that. Actually, this is supposed to be 4. Maybe I should do that right now. You don't have to, I'm just going to jump into Adobe Illustrator and then fix that, and you see it display. So it's just a rename. It's just, I'm just renaming it, so it's not really I'm not doing anything special, just renaming it. This is hand BTT. Okay. Okay, that's actually fine. It's not on that type. Okay, yes, it's not on the type. That's my bad. So okay, so now we have all these, and these are cycle layers. Especially these ones are all cycle layers. Not this and this. This and these are not cycle layers, but these up to this point are all cycle layers. Now let's open hand B, and these what to stop like this are all cycles and layer behavior. So I'm just going to add those and make it 2, forward and reverse, forward and last. Okay, so now the default, I'm not going to work on the default for this one. The type should be fine. But what I'm going to do is the one, the hand B above it, that's the one that's important, that's the one that will be visible. So I'm going to come in here and then make, okay, if default is selected, so there is a if default is selected, if this default hand is selected, now if you come in and select this as a default hand, that is the hand without, that is not typing, the fingers are not typing, then you could use a key to now make it type. I need to keep typing and repeating this sequence. Just keep going and going and going. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. So what I will be doing now is to come here and add on. We could just drag it. Let's just drag it. Drag. Create swap set. Good. So now we have the default. We have the type. Now the same thing. I want when I press one particular button, both fingers start typing. So it just makes my work easier, so I don't have to look, I don't have to start making separate keys for just one hand and then the other. I want them to type at the same time. So I'm going to come to the hand A, and then if I come under fingers, you see there's a default and then there's a type. So I'm going to drag this into default. This is not good because it's clashing with something, one of the reasons. So and do not name anything D or any of these. Don't use any of these letters because it's going to cause some complications to your work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select both and just deactivate it, just to I don't want to go through the rig of like renaming it, making it default or something like that. So I'm just going to do this a quick fix. But just take note, do not name it D or any of this. So same thing with type. I'm going to drag type and drag it to this point here. So now let's make type let's make it Z. Good. Let's make it Z and let's latch it. So anytime I press Z, both fingers will start typing, and I'm going to show you in very, just give me some time. I just need to finish most of this and then now come back to Now I'll go and try it so that you can see how it works. So what I also want to do is I want to be able to manipulate this hand A to be moving it with a draggable just when the character is typing, just so that it's a bit more dynamic than it's not very, it would look very organic, unlike the finger staying in one position just typing. Normally when you type you move your hands around, so I want to add something there. So I'm going to select it, and then maybe let's do both hands. Select these two, and then let's make it hinge, and I'm going to drag this to this point, and then I'm going to add this here. I'm not going to put any of this type. I'm just going to add a draggable, and the same thing, I'm going to add a draggable here. Okay, so it's the same thing I'm supposed to do for this, but in this case a little bit different. So I'm going to place it here, and then just add a draggable here. Good. So now we have the fingers, but then we do not have a behavior for this. So let's come in and add a cycle behavior for type. So let's come in, add the cycle layers behavior, and then let's make it 2. That's it will have advance every 2 frames. I want it to cycle through over and over and over. It will go through over and over. So I'm not going to use once, I'm going to use continuous. And I do not want it to reverse. I do not want it to reverse, and I do not want it to hold at last. It will just be going through and through. My system is already kicking in, but that's fine. So far as you can still hear me. So okay, so both of them have that feature. So now I'm just going to close this, and our default is our default hand, right? Okay, so now I also have something else. I have the mouse, and for the character to be able to move the mouse and maybe click a button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the mouse and then open this, and as you can see there is a default df. You see I named this right, so it's not clashing with anything. So there's a df and then there's a mouse click. So what I want to happen is whenever this is activated, like whenever mouse is activated, like maybe there's a key for it, like there is a key for mouse. Let's say for mouse here, let's give it the key, let's give it M. Okay, let's say mouse for M. So whenever mouse is activated, when you press mouse, I want the default to be default. I'm going to drag this in and make it default. Just place it still here, fingers, and then I want it that, okay, when I press this button that is N, it will click. Character will click a button, to click a button, to click a button, to keep doing that. So I'm going to drag it and just make a new and create a new trigger under this cycle layers behavior, and then maybe add N, not maybe definitely add N, and then let's latch it. And then now when we select it, we can come down and add a cycle layer behavior to it. And then after adding that, we do not want, in this case, we do not want it to regulate. We just want whenever we press it to click and then to hold on last, but then it just go back to the default. So in this case it's once, and then we'll make it 2 here to advance by 2 to the character. Do we want it to forward and reverse? Yes, we do. So I'm going to do that, forward and reverse, but we do not want it to hold on last, because when you click a button you release it immediately. So we do not want that, so I'm going to leave it like this. And then now I want to be able to move the hands around when the character, just like the other one, so that you can move the mouse also around. So I'm going to make this independent. I'm going to make it hinge, drag. Okay, it's not visible, so let me make that visible so that you can see. So I'm going to drag this to this point here, and I'm going to add a dragger here and then another dragger here. Okay, so let me add a pin here just so that this does not move, start moving randomly, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same here, and I'm going to do the same here. Good. So we're good. Okay. I added the tag, added the left and wrist and elbow tag instead of a draggable. My bad. Select both and add a draggable, not this. Okay, so now what else is missing? Maybe we should go in and check. Let's just test our character and see how it's doing. Okay, so I did not configure certain things to keys. I'm just realizing that. So okay, you see his hands move and then you can click. Okay, but you see there is something that is going wrong, so it means this button, something is configured to N also. That is why it's doing that. So I'm going to work on that. Let's just ignore that for now. And I think there's supposed to be, okay, we type, yes, the hands are supposed to type. Let me get it back to how it was, and then press this, and you see the character is typing, and we'll be able to be moving his hands around while he's typing. So something like this is what I am going for. When I press it again, it will release, so it will stop typing. So something like this. And it's the same thing with this. I'm supposed to be moving this also. Just, and then the character too could also be moving, but for now I've not added any trigger, any draggable artist on his to his neck. So I'm going to do that right now. So select the head, the main head, not the head internally, the main head, select it, and then let's drag this to this point and then add the neck tag and the draggable. So now we can drag this around. And then for the body, well, you could leave it like that, but let me just add a tag. Let's add a tag here for waist and add a draggable. I'll add another tag and then we'll give it right hip or left hip, right hip. We do not have to do anything with the legs. Let's just leave it like that. So now let's go back to fixing the hands. So what we're having is when the character clicks, that's for the hand A, whenever I click the mouse, something disappears, like the hand disappears, and that's not what we want. So there's definitely something wrong with our trigger, and it's also catching with a different trigger. So I have to go back and really check what the problem is. So there's M. Okay, this is mouse. This is mouse click. It's not supposed to be N. Okay, I'll check that again. Anyway, let me come down. So we have the forward and reverse. Let's make it hold on last. Let's make it hold on last. So then now we have to press it twice. Okay, so let's try it now. Okay, as you can see, the chair is moving, which is not really a bad feature, but then it's breaking, so that's not what I want. So I'm going to undo that. And also this hand behind, the default behind, is also showing. That's not what I want, so I'm going to also fix that. And the neck is breaking away also. That's also something I have to fix. While the chair movement might not actually be a bad thing, well, it's not looking very good, so I'm going to get rid of that just so that the character can. Okay, I'm actually going to get rid of that. I'm going to make that more static, and another thing I have to fix is the hand behind. So, but for now, let's try our mouse. So, and as you can see, there's also a mouse behind that is also supposed to disappear whenever I activate this mouse button. So I'm going to also do work on that. So let's press it. So it clicks and unclick, and that's actually fine. That's working fine. This is wrong, so I'm going to work on that. So the clicking is fine. And the good part with this, you can also add sound, and the click, you'll be hearing that click, that's mouse click thing. So now let me work on this hand. And A is hand B that I am supposed to fix. So, and B, let's see. Okay, there's a default, and then there's a type, right? So our type is Z, right? Type is Z. Okay, I see where the problem is. Okay, what I need to do is to make this mouse click, take it out of the the swap set. So I need to take it out of the swap set, and then let's try it now. Whenever I press N, it doesn't affect the swap set for the other hand. So let's try it. So the hand is there, and the clicking is fine, but for some reason it's not. Okay, now let me fix that. This video is actually taking longer than I expected, so I'm going to pause, fix certain things, and then I'll come back and show you the final result, just so you understand. In as much as I actually want you to learn, but this is more of a review of how to rig this kind of character. And if you really want a full version of something like this, I could work on it. Maybe leave a comment. But I'm just going to fix it, just because it's not like I'm actually doing this live, like just going with whatever I can, like fixing bugs and whatever, and it's going to take, it might take a while, but I will come and explain what I did and stuff like that. So for now, just hold on. Okay, so I finished fixing everything I needed to fix. So now I could drag the character, and you see that the chair doesn't move, and his head too doesn't disconnect, and his hand is fine. So and then if I press I believe it's Z, he types, so he starts typing. We could move anything, the neck and stuff, and we can also move the hand while he's typing, and to give it that movement. And I'm going to work on something. So if you press M, it takes his hand to the mouse, and you can manipulate that if you want. You can manipulate that, and you click to click the mouse. You press N, then it clicks the mouse. It doesn't have to be typing, so you can stop it from typing while you click N, click, 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 while you move his hand. So stuff like that, and then back, and you could get him to type, and you could get the character to wave. I believe I configured that to P, so that's when the character is starting, like hello. And from here you could also get the hands to move, so you can get him to do stuff like this, you get him to do stuff like this. So while the character is talking to his screen, while he's vlogging, he could be saying stuff. And maybe I should turn on the audio. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, the audio is not very strong, so maybe that's why. That's definitely why. So I'm just going to leave that, but the mouth lip sync is fine. So if you want to get the original version of this puppet, not this one that I created for a client, but the original version of Peter Griffin, the link will be in the description. But meanwhile, let me work on something else. So while it's quite easy for you to come in and maybe make him to type, make him to move his hand to the mouse, make the character type, everything looks quite easy. I could make it way more easier than that, just so that it makes your work way easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, while the character is just default position, so what I'll do is to record the character while the character is typing, and then make it a replay. So okay, so character, select the character, you come in, and then I'll press N while I'm moving the hands. Okay, let's press this. Okay, so M, and then while the character is, I'll be moving the neck just so that the character moves around. So it's natural, like it's typing, that kind of thing. Okay, the audio. I need to turn off the audio. Turn off this. So let's do it again. Okay, let's start now. And I'll be recording this for a while, maybe like for let's do 1 minute. 1 minute of recording. Okay, why I'm doing this is so that whoever is doing this could just press and hold a particular key and the character will play this. So I'm making it long so that, because there's a limit to, the limit is based on how much time you use to record it. So if you record, if you are replaying something of 1 minute, the highest it could replay is for 1 minute. You cannot go beyond 1 minute, so that's why I'm making 1 minute. In some cases, if you want, you can make it more than that. This is to make the movement of the character while it's typing a bit dynamic, just so that it doesn't look very computer kind of. So done that now, I'll just chop this off a little because I know I derailed at the end. So I'm just going to chop that off and then make it smooth at like make it smooth at the end. Let it smooth out and smooth. Let it smooth in and smooth out. So ease in and ease out rather. Sorry. Okay, so now I still want to move the hands, so I'm just going to go back and maybe do something like this, and maybe bring this one backwards. So that's how mostly we type. the hands are going in opposite directions. So I'm going to control to it to give me 2 frames of this record. I'm going to drag it out. Let's drag it to, let's see, something like this. Just a few, like 1 or 2 seconds. Maybe 1 second is fine. Okay, yes, this is fine. So now I'm going to come down to this point here and do it in the opposite direction. So I believe this hand was forward. So I'm going to take this one backwards. I'm going to take this one backwards this time. Not this backwards. Then take this one forward. Okay, so let's control to it and let's drag it out a bit, ease it in and out. So now we have something like this. Good. So I'm going to select both like this and copy, paste at the end, select like this. Copy and paste and just make it easier for ourselves. Copy, paste, and up to 1 minute. So copy, and paste. Still now to 1 minute. So let's copy, and paste. I believe it should be up to now. Okay, if not, like this, copy and paste. Okay, this is fine. This. Okay, so we could select the whole thing and create a replay from it. So let's just do that. Copy the whole thing, create a replay and trigger. So now we could configure this to, let's say, B, large it, and rename it to type. And let's come down to here. We can still rename this as type, and then don't let it finish. Don't let it finish. Let it stop. Okay, this, let's not make this latch. Let's make this unlatch. So I will press and hold. So now when the character is like this, if I press and hold B, it starts replaying the trigger. You see, very, very natural. Very, very natural. And if I release it, the character stops. Press and hold, the character types. Release, it stops. That. See? So I don't want to do anyone for the mouse. Let's just leave the mouse. Let's go with what we have here. So I believe the character is well made. I'm going to submit this character to the client. So for now, thank you for watching. Please give us a like, give us a sub to help us reach more people and to help us reach you with more content like this. Thank you and bye for now.